I went to have it and I got myself a lobster. We're in Harvard Square in front of the Coop. Now the Coop is actually the Harvard store where everybody goes and gets their books and they get their Harvard merchandise and their t-shirts and stuff like that. It actually stands for cooperative, co-op, but over the years, and I would say at least the last 100 years or so, people have shortened it down to the Coop. Everybody says, go to the Coop. They know what you're talking about. It's the Harvard store. I'm here because it's about time for me to upgrade my ratty old Harvard sweatshirt, and I'm gonna get a new one. I like them because they're nice and warm.
I don't wanna break your little bubble, but you gotta wake up to reality. 'Cause I can see in your eyes, your head is full.
Harvard College was established in 1636. It was the first institution of higher education established in the Americas. At the time, it was named after a clergyman who was a Puritan clergyman, and it was a Puritan college. It was set up for the purpose of educating their ministers, their clergy. And for many years it did do that, and eventually it became more secular, and it broadened out its education, and it to this day is considered one of the top institutions of education in the United States, if not the world. Everybody from all over the world, particularly the Asians, they love to come here. They love to go to Harvard because of the name. The name is considered really a big thing, but the institution itself is great. And the fact that it's in Boston, which is an incredible college town, it makes it an amazing place to come. And I love to come here whenever I'm in town just to see Harvard, to get another shirt, and to enjoy myself.
Gotta let them flow without judge. There's so many ways to be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready. You just gotta trust.
So I'm standing here in the center of Harvard Yard, and right here is the statue of John Harvard, who's determined to be the founder of the university. I believe he's actually the clergyman for whom the university was named. And if you take a look here, on his toe, you see how shiny that is? That's because everyone touches that toe for luck. For those of you who are pandemically obsessed hypochondriacs, imagine how many germs and viruses exist on that toe right now. Okay, here in Harvard Square, we're in front of the Milk Bar. The Milk Bar is part of Momofuku's dynasty. If you guys have been to New York and you've seen the Momofuku, the Milk Bar, the Sambar, Mapesh, a whole bunch of really good restaurants in New York, all created by David Chang. Well, this one here, this is part of that dynasty. They sell in there all the cookies. If you remember early on when we first started our channel, I did a recipe on making the compost cookie, and we'll link that up in the corner here. If you guys want to make it, you can go ahead and do a compost cookie for yourself. But we went and we bought one here so we can taste the original here. And also they have a corn cookie that we got. Their crack pie, which is now called their Momofuku pie, is also really good. It's like a pecan pie without the pecans, just all rich and brown sugar and butter, just delicious. And now I'm gonna drool. Anyway, so Milk Bar, Harvard Square. If you have your Momofuku Jones and you need to get it solved while you're in Boston, this is the place to come. Oh, that's good. I like it when it's not too sweet. This has kernels of corn in it.
No kernels. It's kind of like a sweet cornbread.
Oh, okay.
We have
Compost. That's the same cookie that we actually did a video on how to make it at home back when we were all in pandemic shutdown and we needed to have Momofuku cookies and didn't know how to do it. And so we figured, we'll find a recipe and we'll teach everybody how to make their own Momofuku cookies.
Yeah.
Well, we went to the Milk Bar in Harvard Square And now we have the actual Momofuku Milk Bar compost cookie. So
Yeah.
we get to taste it.
Ooh, it's so pretty.
It is very pretty.
Mmm, crunchy.
Mm-hmm. No, these are cornflakes
Mm.
that are candied with malt in them, and they're a little bit salty, they're a little bit sweet, and they're a lot crunchy.
Wow.
And they make a nice combination of the
Mhm.
cookie. And then inside the cookie, they have dark chocolate chips.
Wow, I really like this. Wow.
They told us this is their most popular cookie. Okay, this cookie does not have whole kernels of corn. I asked them. This is actually a cookie made with cornmeal. It's a little less sweet than your average cookie, but it's got a heavy corn flavor because of the cornmeal in it. Now, I bet it has a cornmeal crunch. It's kind of like a Johnny
wow.
Cake cookie. Watch, she's going to give me the small piece. This is barely enough.
Mm. Mm.
It's quite sweet,
Mm-hmm.
but if you had cornbread in a cookie, that's what this would taste like.
Mm-hmm.
This is very much like cornbread,
Mm-hmm.
but sweeter
It's
and
really
crunchier.
good.
Mhm. Now, Thanksgiving several years ago, I made Momofuku's cracked pie, and that was really good. And at the time, it was like everybody was talking about the cracked pie. The cracked pie, you got to get the cracked pie. Cracked pie is essentially, if you like pecan pie, just take the pecans out, and now you have cracked pie. Except now it's no longer called cracked pie because apparently that's politically incorrect to call it cracked pie. So instead they call it the Momofuku pie now, but it's the same thing. That was good too. Don't be housing all the water, Mama. You know what we got here? In, was it Macy's?
Mm-hmm.
No, it was in the Roche supermarket.
Mm-hmm.
They had these chocolate covered marshmallows.
Mm-hmm.
And we got those for the room, and they had maybe 5 or 6 marshmallows. The marshmallows are homemade and chewy. The chocolate is like really rich, good quality chocolate, and it's I don't know who makes it, but you know what? I'll put it down here.
Yeah.
I'll give you guys the name
Sure.
of the thing because that's a really good quality chocolate marshmallow, and they had a whole bunch of candies by the same name.